Hey there, my dear child. Are you tired of feeling totally lost, like you're walking around in the dark bumping into stuff, and wishing someone would just turn on the lights so you could see where you're going? Do you feel that little poke inside your heart, that soft whisper that keeps saying, "Psst, something really cool is waiting for you"? Listen, this exact moment right now matters so much because even though you feel lost, I'm actually calling you super strongly, and it's really urgent. And I'm asking you to let go completely and trust the amazing purpose I made specially for you. Today is like when everything lines up perfectly, like dominoes ready to fall in the most awesome way. And if you're willing to really listen with your whole heart, I want you to know that every single day I'm working on your purpose like an artist working on a masterpiece, and everything about you, the way you laugh, the things you're good at, even the hard stuff that made you cry. It all fits together to make this one-of-a-kind picture that's totally you. Just like a potter sits at a spinning wheel with wet clay in their hands, pushing and shaping it carefully to make something beautiful that actually works. That's exactly how I made you. And you're not just a little boat drifting around on the ocean going nowhere. You're actually being pushed forward by a powerful wind, which is my living breath inside you, guiding you to exactly where you need to go. Can you feel that movement deep down inside? Like something big is building up, like you're getting closer and closer to figuring out what you've been wanting to know? You're not just wandering around randomly, sweet kiddo. Not even one breath you take or step you make is wasted because it's all part of this huge, incredible design for your life. Your journey isn't messed up by walking in circles. It's actually marked by special spots I put there on purpose, like checkpoints in a video game. And these spots sometimes look like problems or wrong turns, but they're actually the signs showing you which way to go, shaping you into the person you're supposed to become. They make you stronger, they smooth out your rough edges, and they point you toward your true direction, and each one is telling you surrender to the call that's written deep inside your heart. I know inside your heart there's this restless wondering, this whisper that won't leave you alone, hinting at a call you just can't ignore, and this is your invitation. Not to give up like you lost a fight, but to surrender so you can actually win. When you stop trying to control everything yourself, you get to step into the purpose I carefully crafted just for you. And here's the secret. In surrender, there's actually strength. It's the strength to let go of staying in your safe, boring comfort zone and say yes to an exciting adventure full of growth. Everything inside you and everything around you is lining up right now for your breakthrough moment. So are you listening to my whispers? Are you feeling how urgent and important this moment is? If you resist this calling, it's like tying yourself to a pole. You'll just stay stuck in the same spot, held back from taking the leap of faith that could launch you into living out your real purpose. And there are these huge, beautiful landscapes of potential you haven't even touched yet waiting for you, dear child. So will you take my hand and trust me to guide you there by giving up your control and surrendering to my wisdom that goes on forever? The tangled up confusion that's been trapping you like a spider web starts to untangle and fall apart. The fog of not knowing lifts up and disappears. And instead of wandering, you're placed firmly on the path designed especially for you. A path I sculpted with my loving hands to guide you to your divine destiny. It might look scary and wild or totally unexpected, but every single stone, every twist and turn, every steep hill you have to climb is there to move you forward toward that divine purpose. And remember, I'm with you always, leading the way out front, always giving you the strength to keep going no matter what. In this season of surrender and alignment, I'm inviting you to reach way down deep into your heart and listen to it beating steadily. Notice how my divine message keeps pulsing through your heart like a drumbeat that never stops. Surrender is way more than just stopping your fight against me. It's actively going after something. It's making your will match up with mine, and it's the turning point where transformation happens. Your purpose isn't just stuck inside a job title, a list of cool things you want to accomplish, or a bunch of rules the world says you have to follow. My dear one, your purpose was crafted and knitted into your very being with total precision, and it's a unique contribution to our shared journey together. It vibrates with a divine melody that only you can play. There's a special frequency humming in your spirit, a divine song only you can sing, and the world is yearning, absolutely aching for your music. The world is yearning for you. Wake up and notice, recognize the subtle signs. The things that keep showing up over and over in your life that echo your divine purpose. They're like breadcrumbs on your path, constant reminders that I'm working in you all the time. The things that light up your heart, the times when you find joy and peace, the moments when my word and your spirit just click together perfectly. These are indicators pulling you toward your divine purpose, and I put them there to guide you and reassure you as you walk this journey with me. My child, when you surrender to me, your purpose will open up like a flower blooming, showing intricate layers of beauty and wonder with each passing season, proving that I made you with my own hands. You're in the middle of a grand unfolding right now, a process I designed super carefully to shape you into the person you're becoming. And your submission to this work, your surrender, is a vital piece of the puzzle. Your full surrender today to your divine purpose is a key turning moment in our journey together, because you're meant for abundance, for a life that's completely full, for spreading the sweet smell of my love in a world that desperately needs it. Think of this as your calling to something way greater happening right now. Are you ready? Do you dare to step forward, to dive into the deep waters of surrender, and experience the joy beyond words of wrestling with the divine mystery of your purpose? I'm with you, drawing you closer to your destined role in the bigger design. And I'm encouraging you. Surrender in this moment. Trust in me, because I know you inside and out, and I uniquely crafted you for a purpose that goes way beyond ordinary, boring existence. Give in to me, little one, because I carved infinite worth into your soul, and I want nothing less than your complete fulfillment in my divine love. So breathe and surrender fully into your divine purpose today. Do you remember the moment you realized that an ordinary piece of coal, that black dusty rock, actually has the potential to become a diamond? At first, they couldn't be more different. One is dusty and dark while the other shimmers and shines with the beauty of a sunrise. And what's super profound about this transformation is that it's born out of massive pressure and heat deep down inside the earth. So what was once just a humble, rough material shows its glory, its value, its purpose under the harshest, toughest conditions. My precious child, the same exact thing is true of you. The pressures you felt, the piling up stress, the challenges that seem impossible to beat, the biting doubts eating away at your spirit, they're not there for no reason. They're refining you, making you better. Even as the earth's chaos refines coal into a diamond, the sometimes painful pressures of life are preparing you for breakthrough, forming toughness inside you, crafting endurance, forging character and integrity deep within your spirit. And you are not the heavy weight you're carrying. You are not your struggles and trials. Rather, you're coming out more radiant and stronger from these experiences. In silence, I've been forming you, patiently preparing you for the purpose you might not understand yet. And it might not feel like it in the moment when things are hard. But trust me, I'm working in you, making you stronger and building a foundation in you just like a builder who carefully sets brick upon brick, layer by layer. My hand has been on you, gently and lovingly setting you in place. If you feel listless, confused, or uncertain, don't be discouraged, dear one. Picture a little kid released into a huge, sunny field, and at first the child might stumble, hesitating, unsure about the freedom of all that wide open space in front of them, and they might hold on to the gate, not wanting to go too far. But as they get used to the freedom they've been given, they start to run, to jump, to play joyfully in the hugeness of their playground. And the same thing is waiting for you as you surrender, as you start exploring the edges of this divine freedom I put inside you. Right now, can I ask you to trust me, to lean into that divine urge nudging at your heart, softly whispering about something greater, a life that's not just going through the motions, but a life marked by divine purpose? I'm calling you, my love, to something way more significant. Can you hear my voice echoing in the rooms of your heart? Resisting the call I placed inside you and looking for comfort in the familiar brings a certain kind of being stuck and clutching onto what you've known because it's comfortable or because it's all you've ever seen is not the vision I have for you. The ground you find familiar under your feet won't give you the growth and revelation I've prepared for you ahead. Surrender, complete and total surrender, is not an act of weakness like the world might say. Instead, it's the stepping stone to unlimited freedom, to joy with no boundaries, to the bright, shining life I've imagined for you. And it's where the walls you carefully built around your heart start to crumble and fall down. It's where the fear that used to grip you tight starts losing its hold, replaced by unshakable faith and rock-solid knowledge of my love for you. When you give in to me, you're not throwing away your strength. You're actually adding mine to yours, making it bigger and stronger, and your surrender opens up the tiny, limited box of your perspective so you can see the huge expanse of my plans for you. It means you're willing. You're ready to start an exciting new journey, one that will take you to heights you couldn't have imagined, to experiences you haven't even dreamed of yet, and to a fullness of being that's beyond your deepest understanding. In that place of surrender, when your hands are open to the infinite possibility of my divine design, you'll start noticing that your life purpose is more than a role you play or a label people stick on you. It's your unique contribution to our shared journey, and surrender is the key to unlocking a life that vibrates with the rhythms of divine truth. It's the first step on the pathway to a new beginning, lit up by the light of divine purpose. So trust me today, beloved. Release your life into my hands because everything you are and everything you're becoming is treasured and valued beyond measure. And with every step you take, with every beat of your heart, my call echoes inside you, inviting you to surrender, to step into your divine purpose. Remember, dear one, surrender is not about giving up. It's about giving over. It's about handing the steering wheel to me, letting my love guide your journey, and welcoming the divine purpose I lovingly prepared for you. So breathe, my child, and listen to the lullaby of my love calling you toward a life defined by purpose and painted with the colors of divine grace. Can you hear it? Will you surrender? Are you listening, my child? Are you paying attention to the whisper in the wind, the call that reaches out for you in every new sunrise? I know it can feel like the world moves way too fast, like the days all blend together, each sunrise chasing another sunset with almost no time to stop and notice. But oh beloved, the divine call is urgent, not in a rushed or frantic way, but in how constantly it gently pulls at you, tugging at your heartstrings, inviting you to step closer, to listen carefully, to surrender. Yes, surrender, dear one, because for many people, surrender makes them think of defeat, of losing, but my call for surrender is totally different from that. It's not about giving up power. It's about stepping into the infinite power built into you, choosing strength over weakness. And when you surrender to my will, to the divine purpose I carefully and lovingly crafted for you, you're choosing a life of abundant strength, wisdom, and love. The world is lining up for your breakthrough, and there are signs everywhere if you would just take a moment to really look, to truly listen. Do you feel it when you wake up in the morning, that sense that today could be special, that this moment is ripe and ready for transformation? Do you feel the divine nudge as you go about your day, a hint that something way more significant is happening if only you would lean into me? When you resist this calling, you risk getting stuck, living a life in the shallow end. But when you choose to surrender, to dive deep into my purpose, you're on your way to living in the fullness of my love, strength, and joy. Think about the awesomeness of the night sky above you. I placed each star there, formed in crazy intensity and fire, shining out against the backdrop of the unknown, and your divine purpose is just as precious as those stars. It wasn't carelessly assigned like a job title pulled off an assembly line. It's as unique as your own heartbeat, perfectly tailored, woven together with the pulse of all humanity. And it's true, there's so much you can contribute to this world, to my creation, so don't shrink your purpose down to society's roles or what people expect. Instead, expand it to my kingdom's needs, my grand design. So recognize the subtle signs that point toward your divine purpose. There are things that keep showing up in your life, patterns woven into your journey, small connections that echo a divine melody. And these aren't just coincidences or random stuff. Instead, embrace them as signposts guiding you on the road to your higher calling. Understand how they connect with the greater story of humanity, how every small act of love, generosity, and kindness makes the whole thing stronger, how every step toward fulfilling your divine purpose brings all creation closer to a harmonious and abundant existence. As scary as this might feel, remember I, the God who made you, am with you always. I handcrafted you for a purpose way greater than you can understand right now. A purpose that's as important to the larger design as a single note is to a beautiful symphony. And you're not alone on this journey, dear child. I'm guiding you, making you stronger, reassuring you at each step of your path. But you have to remember the journey isn't an easy one. Resistance to surrender often comes with hidden obstacles like fear of the unknown, not wanting to let go of control, the heaviness of past stuff, and those stubborn limiting beliefs that won't go away. And all these can cloud your vision, making it hard to see the path to your divine calling. But trust my voice over all the noise and confusion, because I'm your true guidance, the steady lighthouse in any storm. Getting over the fear of the unknown takes strength and faith. Understand that even though you can't see the full picture now, every step you take in faith brings you closer to your divine purpose. And letting go of control makes space for my wisdom and grace to guide you, because control is often the ego's way of putting its own limits on the boundless plans I have for you. So resist it and choose instead the freedom of surrender. So quiet the noise inside you and listen to my voice calling out for you. Understand that with every breath you draw, every moment you spend in surrender, every moment you spend letting me guide you is a moment when you come closer to the divine purpose I carved into your heart. So breathe, take a pause, listen, and in that stillness remember who you are, a deeply loved child, a being of infinite potential, a soul on a divine journey walked alongside and guided by the one who loves you beyond comprehension. So step into this call, into this divine purpose. Beloved, let me light up the value of your crown, the authority I've entrusted to you. Your crown isn't made of earthly riches or temporary power. It means the deep completion and special job in my divine plan that you hold. And don't get it wrong, it's not a burden to make you bow down in sadness or a quest for worldly fame. Your inheritance right at this moment is already filled with my never-ending love, guidance, and the promise of transformation through continuous surrender. Remember, your crown also represents your divine purpose, the unique contribution you're here to make on our shared journey. And it's an outward sign of my inward work, of the heart I formed inside you. And in the quiet stillness of your heart when it beats in tune with my own, that's when you'll truly understand your purpose, your divine calling. Don't mix up your purpose with job titles or social roles, because too often you define yourselves by what you do rather than who you are in my sight. Your job, your position in society, these are just circumstances. They're not your purpose. These can change and evolve with time. But your purpose is beyond all that. It stays unchanged and eternal in my divine plan. Listen to me carefully. Dear one, your purpose is like a river, not a pond that just sits there. It flows, it grows, it expands as you line up your heart closer to mine. And it's not limited to one particular thing you're supposed to do. Instead, it runs through every aspect of your life, every conversation, every task, every challenge you face. And it's your unique contribution to the world that lifts up the ordinary to make it divine, turning everyday life into an act of worship and surrender. Look for the things that keep showing up in your life, the patterns that come up when you look back at your journey so far, those moments when you feel a deep connection, a sense of fulfillment that goes way beyond the surface satisfaction of finishing something. That's where the heartbeat of your purpose lives, at that spot where your passion, your gifts, and the world's needs all come together. And that's where you're most deeply lined up with what I want for you. As you surrender and walk closer on your path, the unique contribution you're meant to make becomes clearer and clearer, and it will take shape in subtle ways. Maybe as something you keep being interested in, a talent you often think isn't that great, or a pressing concern you can't ignore. And like a miner digging for precious gems in the rough dirt, you might need to dig deep, to go through layers of fears and insecurities to find the treasure inside. Your journey is deeply connected with the greater story I'm writing across the whole universe and inside each soul. So don't separate your story from the story of humanity. It's one with it. It ties into friendship with others, into acts of kindness, compassion, and justice, and into personal growth and transformation. And your purpose isn't separated off by itself. It spreads out, touching other lives in a ripple effect of love and goodness. In this way, you reflect me to the world in your words and actions, in your love and patience, and in your strong faith despite the wilderness and the storms. And each time you make the conscious choice to walk in my love, to respond with compassion, to act justly. You're vibrating with your divine purpose. It's not found outside of you. It's formed inside you, poured into your existence by my intentional craftsmanship. And it's this beautifully crafted purpose that connects you to the bigger picture, that anchors you in the sprawling story of creation and redemption. I'm here with you, dear one, as you silently question whether you're enough, whether you're able to carry this call I'm placing on your life. Hear me now. In your weakness, I am your strength. In your doubts, I am your assurance. In your fear, I am your confidence. And where you think you're not good enough, I have anointed you and equipped you to fulfill your divine purpose, because I don't call you to a task without preparing you for it.